Hello everyone, so today we're going to put in the silver trim back into here. So I'm probably going to end up having to paint the whole lot again because I don't know whether it's going to match, because it's the only silver I had, but fingers crossed it's not that far off, which it ain't. So don't look that bad. It's a little bit off, but looks a million times better. So all we need to do is put this back on and the recirc valve, and that is about it. I need to take off the tip piece, but I'll show you that in a minute. So I don't have any other T-piece because I'm struggling to find one with it this small. I want it all rubber so I can avoid the Jubilee clips, but I can't find anything with a small enough middle piece for me to be able to do it. So at the minute, until I find one, they're just been painted black, but they don't come off. They look alright, to be fair. It'd just cover it up. So hopefully we won't have to see them, but I need to try and get this back on first. I need to put them where I'm going to be able to see them. I don't know how low I can go with that. Not that low, to be fair. So we might have to rethink this, or re-angle something, because it's all going to be a bit of a squeeze. So let's just get that bit on for the minute and then see what we can do. So I didn't bring the Jubilee clips with me, sounds about right, but that is not going to work. So I think I'm going to have to take off this, because I need to take a little bit off here anyway, because I can't fit my little case in that goes on here. I might have to take a little bit off the top of this as well, so that goes down a little bit more. Not on this one, on here, because that's got quite a lot on it anyway. And then we might be able to do something else with this. Needs to go down, twist around, go lower, do something with it. So we will try that. So let's start by taking some of this off. Get it out of our way. Don't need that. So since disconnected. Trust that to be a different size. Weren't even that tight anyway to disconnect it straight on my fingers. So we get that off. When it wants to disconnect. Disconnect the whole thing. Is that one off? That's only resting on there anyway, so. Take that off, and if I remember rightly, this was a pain to get to before. Hopefully it all comes off quite nicely, but if I remember rightly, this was a pain to get on last time, so it's probably going to be a pain to get off. So see. Can't remember. It's got to come off there. So let's get a couple of little other bits off first. Don't help that I've got my strut brace in the way, but I'm not taking that off because that is a pain, because it's bolted from the top and the bottom. So I am definitely not taking that off. And trust you not to want to disconnect. There you go. That's that. That's that. Don't really need that off. can't really get to it. So it is tucked. Don't know if you can see the Jubilee clip all the way down there. So it is all the way behind here. You can just see the top of it. So it looks like it's going to be a bit of a pain to come off. But we will work around it. We'll get it off one way or another. You can see it better from down there. You can see where it's clipped in. But I will get it off and I'll show you it off. So we've got it all off. So obviously don't need it here, so this is blanked. Don't need that one there because that's blanked as well. But obviously everything else needs to be moved. But it was a bit of a pain to get off. Looks like I've got a little oil leak back there, but nothing major. But I can't see where it's coming from. I have to get a mirror down there to see if I can find anything. But it is all off. So bolts straight to the turbo there. So obviously that's where your impellers are. So there's just a lot of piping in the way, which I think I need to tidy up a little bit when putting it all back together, to see what I can do with some of it. I can't really do a lot with the coolant lines, but I can clip them back in and move some stuff around, see if I can reroute some stuff. I do need to still redo this, but it's a pain to disconnect from here, so I think I'm gonna have to take it off, and I just need to use the straight. So obviously I don't need the elbow, obviously that's for the recirc valve, the recirc, sorry. That is for all the evac system that I've been deleted. So obviously just need the little valve. Well, don't know if I need the valve, to be fair, probably not, so I'll probably take that out. So I just need this little straight. So that's a job for another day. Let's just get most of what I need at the minute and we will go from there. So for now that is all we've done, but just remember, I'm no professional, self-taught, and been in the motor trade for a long time, but it's just a passion of mine to be able to do all this stuff. I can get everything rather cheap because I work for a leading parts company, which I won't say their name, but yeah, so it's quite easy for me to get things. So let's see if we can do anything with this. So we've got the pipe off and I've marked up where I need to cut to make everything a little bit smaller to make it fit, because this was second-hand pipe, so it's not really been cut straight. As you can see, it's on the wonk everywhere, so just trying to straighten it out a little bit. I'm going to try and use the multi-tool to cut it. If not, then we're just going to resort to the grinder and see how that comes out. So let's give it a go and see how it comes out. So that made no difference whatsoever. It literally just took the tape off. So I think it's going to end up being the grinder to cut everything. So let's try the grinder. So I'm using this one instead of the cordless because I can adjust the speed so I don't cut too fast. So let's see how well it goes. So it works, but it's just very, very smoky. So I think I'm going to have to put on my mask. So now I've got my mask on. And let's see if we can colour it a little bit more shade. Nearly there. So it's not perfect, but it's a lot more straight than it was, so hopefully it'll butt up a little bit easier. So I will cut the rest and then show you what it's like. So I've cut it all, learnt from your mistakes, don't use a grinder. It's just easier to use a hacksaw and just take your time. But it's not perfect, but it's a lot straighter than what it was. Everything's a lot more nicer cut. So we'll finish putting this back together and we'll go back to the car. Right, so I've got the tip piece back on, everything cut back down, and see if we can put it all back together again. So oh, why is that so tight? So go there. That will go there. This pipe will go from the top. So it goes in there like that. So let's get everything fitted before we start doing things up. It just makes our life a little bit easier in the long run. So that's for that. Put that down a little bit. That goes over there. That goes on there. Then, with a bit of brute force, or just undo it a little bit more. So I go there. So I have this that I want to fit in as well. So I might do that now, so then you can see what it looks like. So the plate I have is here. So if we line everything up, might be a little bit easier for us to get things set where they should be and then final adjust everything up after. Like I said, I don't know whether this is going to work yet, so it's just a trial to put this in, or I might need something else there. But that's the plate, so hopefully that should come up there. So that's that. Then hopefully we can use this clip just here. Let's go around here. do that up first and see how we get along with it. Oh, it's the wrong size, that'd be why it don't go on. So that should be let's do it up a little bit. We can try and tweak it all up after. So I will get it on eventually. Go. So then see if we can get it on. Might take that screw out and drop it down. It might sit a little bit better. Let's try that quickly. So let's take that little bit out. Looks like it sits a little bit nicer taking that out. So that needs to go like that, and that needs to come up, I would say. But basically that is how it's going to sit. So just final adjustments on everything, put everything in, and then I'll show you it connected. So it is all back together, all fits a lot nicer. I've obviously got the guard in, stop a bit of heat soak a little bit, but it is in. It looks a lot better. So if you like it, please follow, like and subscribe to me, and I will see you on the next one.